Now, your WZDX Pinpoint Weather with Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman.
With a stout wind out of the north this evening, it's already proving to be colder than we actually thought it was going to be tonight, early tomorrow morning. Many of us are sitting in the upper 20s and lower 30s this evening. Pay attention to the fact that many of us are actually sitting below freezing already, and we haven't even hit 10 o'clock yet. 31, Huntsville International, Athens, and Decatur. Florence is sitting at exactly freezing. Pulaski is 30, Fayetteville is 31. Russellville and Moulton are both sitting at 28 degrees. The only exception to this, Northeast Alabama, Scottsboro sitting at 37, Fort Payne sitting at 39 degrees. Have a good look at Pinpoint Viper. Relatively quiet for the time being, but you do notice a little bit of frozen precipitation is beginning to move into northwest Alabama, Franklin counties and Lawrence County. Maybe a little bit of frozen precipitation beginning to move into Morgan County. And this is going to be a trend as we head into the overnight. We're watching an area of low pressure that is currently sitting to our south. This area of low pressure moves to the northeast as we head into the overnight, and it's going to bring some moisture up to the north with it. And with our temperatures actually sitting below freezing, that gives us the opportunity to see a little bit of freezing rain tonight and early tomorrow morning. With that, the National Weather Service has just issued a winter weather advisory. This is in effect now through 8 o'clock on Saturday morning. So if you have to be out and about very, very early Saturday morning, just allow yourself several extra minutes because some of those elevated surfaces, bridges, overpasses could have just a little bit of ice. We are going to warm into the upper 30s, lower 40s Saturday afternoon. Got a high right around 40 degrees. We start the day right around freezing on Valentine's Day. We're going to finish the day right around 40 degrees. Then we begin to talk about our more impactful event across the Tennessee Valley. By Sunday night, an area of low pressure sitting over South Texas. That area of low pressure is going to begin to move to the northeast. As it moves to the northeast, it's going to bring a lot of winter weather with it, both in the form of ice, a little bit of snow, and yeah, we are going to be talking about a little bit of rain. Now, the exact track of this area of low pressure is very, very important. If it tracks just a little further to the east, we'd be talking about more of an ice and snow event across the Tennessee Valley. If it tracks a little further to the west, we'd be talking about more of a rain event instead of the ice. But everything from here forward is given the current forecast track. Highest impacts are going to be across northwest Alabama, Lauderdale, Colbert, Franklin, and Lawrence counties. That's where we expect the highest accumulation of ice. Medium impact going to be across the I-65 corridor. Ice accumulations are going to be a little less, maybe a little more rain on Monday afternoon before it transitions to a little bit of ice. Little or no impact across northeast Alabama, Jackson, DeKalb, and Marshall counties. Unfortunately, they're just going to have to deal with a really, really cold rain. Models have been trending up just a little bit as far as forecast ice accumulations are concerned, but generally speaking, we're talking about a quarter of an inch to a half an inch of ice, I-65, and then points westward up into southern middle Tennessee. Now, I know we're forecast to get less than a tenth of an inch across northeast Alabama, but that is actually at the end of the day pretty meaningless, even as far as ice is concerned. Let's talk about the impacts of ice accumulation. A fourth of an inch or less. Avoid unnecessary travel. Really, with any ice, you should avoid travel. Light ice on the trees, and then maybe some scattered power outages. Then we get to the higher ice accumulations, a quarter of an inch to a half an inch. Really icy roads, some broken, bigger tree limbs, and then the power outages are going to be a little more widespread in nature. Temperatures Monday and Tuesday. Monday, I've got a high right around 38 degrees, 35 on Tuesday. Of course, we do quote unquote warm up Wednesday and Thursday, but that also comes with our next opportunity for rain. Connor.
You know, I just feel whenever there's bad weather, any ice on the roads, if you can stay home, then it's a good idea. Yeah,
it really is just a good idea. If you don't have to go out, just stay home. It's much safer.
Yeah, it's a good excuse to just hang out on the couch.
Exactly.
Jordan.